So warm welcome to all of you. Today we are going to learn about a new concept in OR programming, OR factors. And one more concept, string as factor equal to true. So what is that particular concept? We will try to analyze with the help of OR factors in OR programming. Right now, OR factors stores data in levels. So we'll see what is that. OR factors stores data in levels. They are useful when there are lots of repeating values are encountered. They are useful in data analysis for statistical analysis. Factors are created using a factor function. The factors are created using a factor function. The syntax for factor function will be like this. So this is what the syntax of factor function. A factor and includes bracket, right? So the factors are used to store the data in levels. So we'll see one after one how the factors and it will influence the data in our programming. So I'm going to clear this. So first I'm trying to execute this. Okay. Now, first of all, I would like to create a variable by the name of v_name. With a vector function, I would like to include 8 different names in the variable of v_names. So I'm going to create a variable by the name of v_names. Just execute this. So it is created. And the next one I'm going to create v_blood. So here the concept of factoring will come into the picture. Actually, there are 4 different kinds of blood groups: A, B, A, B, O, and the groups are repeated. Please carefully observe A, B, and O. Now, in this situation, a factor will come into the picture. Though here 8 entries are available, it will be treated as only 4 factors. It will be treated as only 4 factors or 4 levels. So you'll see this. I execute this code, and the roll numbers of the students with the vector function. The roll numbers, it is a numeric type: 101 to 108. It comprises of 101 to 108. Execute this, and the company where a student is being working, right? The variable, the name of the variable, a company. With a vector function, here I'm trying to enter the 8 company details: the IBM, TCS, Wipro, Atos, IBM, TCS, and Wipro. So this is also will be treated as a vector because here it may contains 8 entries, but it will be treated as around 5 factors only. So now try to execute this particular code, and each student and his marks separately. I'm trying to enter the marks of the students with computer applications, statistics, and mathematics. So with a vector function, I'm trying to enter the 8 students and their marks. Please try to execute this code, and the statistics and the statistics related marks, execute this code also, and the mathematics and the mathematics related marks, I try to execute this. So this extent, what we have been done is we have been created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 variables with 8 observations. We have been created 7 variables with 8 observations. Now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a data frame for understanding this a string as factor equal to true and a string as factor equal to false. We will see this. Now suppose I'm going to create a data frame, right? With the name of name, I'm going to call the created a variable v_name, v_blood group equal to v_blood, roll number equal to v_roll number, company equal to v_company. So here I'm going to execute this particular data frame. Now I want to see whether this data frame is properly created or not. So I want to see the content of the data frame, the individual variables and observations in the data frame. So here you can see the data frame has been created successfully with a the variables name, blood group, roll number, company, and the marks in 3 different subjects: computer applications, statistical techniques, and mathematics. So here from various subjects, the marks has been entered successfully. If you can able to see this, right? Now, first of all, what I want to do is I want to see the structure of the created data frame. So structure of the created data frame, you can see here, this is what the structure of the created data frame. Structure of the data frame comprises of 8 observations with the 7 variables. 8 observations with the 7 variables, and the name, it is treated as a factor with 8 levels. Okay, the blood group, it is treated as a factor with 4 levels. That is the most important now here. The variable blood group, it is treated as a factor with 4 levels. Actually here, how many entries are there? There were 8 different kinds of entries are there. A, B, B, O, A, B, B, O, right? 8 different entries are there. Though there may be 8 different entries are available, it will be treated as only 4 levels. It will be treated as only 4 levels. When a same observation, if it repeats again and again, the same element, if it repeats again and again, it will be treated as a single element only. So that's the reason why the factor will arrange the data in various levels. The factor will arrange the data in various levels. So here it is a B, B, and O. So there were only 4 levels are available, but the A may be repeated so many times, but it doesn't matter. AB may be repeated so many times, and at the same time B also may be repeated so many times. It doesn't matter, but how many levels, exactly how many levels are there? Exactly how many levels are there? Exactly here 4 levels are there. What are those? In essence, A, B, B, and O. So that is what here the factor with 4 levels: A, B, O, and A, B, B, and O. But one thing we need to understand, it will show you in the output in the alphabetical order. It will show you in the form of alphabetical order. It's the same likewise, the company factor with 4 levels. The company factor with 4 levels only. But here the 8 respondents under in 8 observations, the people are working in various companies, but the companies are treated in only 4 levels. The companies are treated only in 4 levels because the IBM is repeated 2 times, Atos also repeated 2 times, TCS also repeated 2 times, and some other CTS also repeated 2 times. So that's the reason why there may be 8 different observations may come into the picture, but it will be treated as only 4 levels. But it will be treated as only 4 levels. So that is the most important aspect of this particular factor. And the statistics, it is a numeric, mathematics, numeric, computers, and numeric. Now what I want to do is, what I want to perform over here, now I want to check the class of a blood group. What I want to do is I want to check the class of a blood group. Yes, see here, the class of a blood group, it is a factor. The class of a blood group, it is a factor. And how many levels are there in the blood group? If I want to check how many levels are there, now if I can execute this, yes, you can see there were only 4 levels: A, B, B, and O. The same likewise, what I can able to do is here, now the class of V underscore marks, and with company, if I try to execute this, this is also a factor, and the levels of v underscore marks see what are those levels in the sense Atos, IBM, TCS and Wipro. Atos, IBM, TCS and Wipro. There are only 4 levels are available. Now, what we are going to discuss about things the related suppose. Now what I am trying to do here, now I am trying to remove this string as factor equal to true. This extent we discussed about the string as factors equal to true. Now string as factors equal to false, what will happen? Now string as factors equal to false. Now you run the same code. Now this time what we have done is string as factors equal to false. Earlier string as factors equal to true in the sense it is the variables, the character variables, it is treated as factor. Now string as factors equal to false in the sense, right? The character variable it will be treated, the string variables will be treated as character. Now we will see. Now what I want to do is, what I want to check. First of all, what I want to check, I want to see the structure of the data. Now you see here, name, now it is treated as the character. Now it is treated as a character. Earlier, string as factor equal to true, it is treated as a factor. Now string as factor equal to false, now it is treated as a character. So that is what we can able to understand, right? So it is a character, Hari, Ramu, Vijay and Ravi. Now it is displaying as it is, no any such order of related to the alphabetics. Now it is showing as it is, and the blood group also AB, A, B, 0, O, and it is also showing as it is. So that is what the concept related to string as factor equal to true and string as factor equal to false. So obviously what we can able to understand from this particular concept, right, or factors stores the data into various levels. There may be so many entries, there may be so many elements in a variable, but when it repeats again and again, a character type, when it repeats again and again, a character type, when it repeats again and again, it will be treated as a factor. It will be treated as a character, right? So that is what the important aspect which is related to the string as factor equal to true and the string as factor equal to false, right? The same likewise what we can able to do here in the sense, we can able to check, and we can able to check the structure, and even we can able to check the class also. Now you see it is a class of v underscore marks, the blood group, the class, which is a character type. Earlier string as factor equal to true, it is showing the class as a factor. Now it is showing the class as a character, right? That is the most important thing. But how many levels are there in the sense? Null. It will not show any sort of level because of it's not a factor, it is a character type. It's not a factor, it is a character type. So that's the reason why it will not show any sort of level here. But when it is a string as factor equal to true, when it is a factor, it will show 4 levels. But whereas here in this scenario, levels, it will not show any sort of level. So that is what we call the concept related class of marks. The same likewise, we can say it is a character type, and the levels of v underscore marks of company, it is a type of null. So it's also a null. So from this, what we cleared, I hope you understand the session, the things related to the string as factor equal to true, the string as factor equal to false, because the R stores the data in various levels, and they are useful when there are lots of repeating values. That is the most important thing. So whenever in a particular variable, when the elements are repeated so many times, the character elements repeats so many times, in such situations, right, all the elements, it will be segregated into various types of factors, various types of factors, right? So do you have any doubt regarding this session? So the syntax for a creation of a factor. So this is what the syntax of creation of a factor, and individually that you can able to check what is a right. So even if you can able to check class of b underscore name, it's a character type, and this one also you can able to execute this. Class of b underscore blood, you can execute this, but right, same likewise here is also you can execute the things. Class of b underscore roll number, so it is a numeric type, and even you can execute this one also. Class of b underscore company is a character type. So I hope you understand the concept. String as factor equal to true, the string as factor equal to false. Thank you.